anyone who's ever done anything great, they never victimized themselves. They didn't feel sorry for themselves. They never fought for their limitations. They always believed in themselves. You have to believe in yourself as a man, right? You can't always look for someone to blame this society. For example, in my case, like growing up, I was not good at math. People tell you, because you're a minority, because you're black, you have less of an opportunity than everybody else. You didn't grow up with that much money, you're this, that, like you're destined for this, that. Like, no, like you can't fall into these traps and let people label. It's like, that comes back to recreating yourself, right? Don't accept the role society puts on you. Society's gonna tell you, you're a minority, you're at less of a disadvantage. You're poor, you're this, you're that, you're third. Because of this and this and that, all these labels, because of this, you can't be successful. When, if you look at throughout history, there's people with disadvantages who are in worse positions who made it happen, right? So that's why you can't fall into the trap of being a victim, right? You can't fall into the trap of thinking of yourself as a victim. You can't fight for your limitations, because if you fight for them, you get to keep your limitations, right? For example, like in my own life, right? I wasn't good at math growing up, right? And I failed like math 3 times, bro, right? I remember in high school, I did going from math 10, 11, 12, that's because high school is 10, 11, 12 for us in Canada. But going throughout the school system, I literally remember going through 10, 11, 12, and I would do each math course at least 2 or 3 times because I failed it, right? And I still made it into university because I never let that limitation affect me, right? It was all up here, it was all in my mind, right? I just needed to apply myself, just start studying more, take the shit a little bit more serious. And then eventually I did get into university, right? Like I never let that hold me back, right? If I gave into that victim mentality and started blaming the teacher, blaming the school system, it's the teacher's fault I'm failing, it's this fault, the teacher sucks, that's why I'm failing. If I would have continued to fall into that trap, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, right? It's about taking self-accountability for your own shit and realizing, okay, where am I actually fucking up and how can I actually improve, right? So you have to develop more of a growth mindset and believe in your ability to change, right? And reject the victim mentality. Because you're not a victim, right? Because there's nothing enlightening about playing small, right? Because on this side, we're winners and we don't complain. We just do shit, right? We chase our goals. We're winners. We're lions. We're not sheep, right? On this side, we go after it, right? We don't make excuses. We don't fight for our limitations on this side, right? Straight out of high school, I realized nobody is coming to save me, right? Negative $15 in your account. No one's coming to save you, right? You go into university for the first time, the teacher's not going to hold your hand, right? The teacher's not going to hold your hand telling you, then make sure you hand in this assignment. No, you will fail. They don't give a shit about you anymore, right? The world doesn't care about you anymore, right? You show up late to your job, you get fired. Like, I remember, turning 18, 19, graduating high school, going into the real world. It's like, bro, nobody cares about you anymore, right? Now I'm 25. And I feel like it's the most empowering thing ever to realize that no one's coming to save you, right? Because the moment you put someone as your savior, aside from Jesus Christ, who is your Lord and Savior, but as soon as you put your life into the hands of a savior, like the government or like the school system or whatever the case may be, right? As soon as you give another human being the power to save you is the moment you lost, right? You should never give anyone that kind of power, right? And the power to change your life is within you, and it's always been within you, right? It's not Justin Trudeau is not gonna save you, Pierre is not gonna save you, Trump's not gonna save you, Kamala's not gonna save you, whatever like government politician, they're not here to save you, right? Like your success, your destiny is in your own hands. And as soon as you can realize that is where you're going to start to make the most amount of progress, right? Once you start taking accountability for yourself and what you can do to improve your own life, that's when you'll see your life is going to change, right? Stop giving power to these politicians, right? Sure, it's cool to have different political preferences and all that good stuff, but never make those political preferences like the end all be all, like, my life is gonna be determined whether this candidate or this candidate. No, that's not how it works. You control your own destiny, right? And there's so much power in realizing that than giving it to a politician, right? You have more power over your life than you think. You just gotta make a plan and figure things out and control what's going on in your inner locus of control, right? If you like this clip and you wanna watch another one, click right here. And if you wanna watch the full podcast, click right here, like right now. I don't know what you're waiting for.